Hi, today we're going to be doing another review. This one is a pretty cool review. As you can tell, I wear glasses, and if you've heard some of the stories before, I have had a couple of eye injuries. Both my corneas were scratched. This one I almost needed surgery on because it was so bad I couldn't see for quite a few weeks. So it was a little hard on me, at first, but whatever. We moved on. That's in the past. Now the only thing that I have is just an eye twitch. I think it's like nerve damage from the previous injury. No biggie. Obviously, you know that I'm a big advocate for visors. I think visors are great. They're protective. They're good for you. Yes, it does kind of make other people kind of reckless, especially in adult league or heck, even the NHL, where they get kind of reckless with their sticks or what they can do and try to damage you as well. Just because you're wearing a visor, they think you're protected and they can do whatever they want. That is very unfortunate. I'm not a big fan of that, but because of people like that, we also need visors and also to protect yourself. I hate cages. I don't like wearing them. They don't feel good ever. Never liked the cage that I've met. Never ever worn a cage that I liked. So I don't think that's ever going to change as far as I'm concerned. And, on my fiance's request, I'm keeping the visor on. I've taken it a few times just to kind of get a feel for it. I love it, but I also ended up taking a puck right here, the 2 games that I didn't wear the visor, so I think that experiment was over. Now, as you know, I've used the iTech/Bauer visors, and I've also used Oakley visors. I've used the Oakley Pro Modified Straight. I've used the Oakley Pro Small, the one that's shaved down, the Oakley Pro Straight, the Oakley Aviator. I've used from Bauer. I've used the Pro Wave, the Aviator. I didn't like the Straight, so I refused to try it, and there are a couple of visors that are only available in Canada that are from Bauer that are not available in the US. One of them, we are going to be talking about that today, especially for the fact that if you're in Canada and it is available to you, hey, go ahead and get it. If you can use it, use it. And especially in Canada, where a lot of leagues do require that you wear certified visors. Now, I know with juniors, this visor, even though it is a fixed point visor, this isn't one of the visors that has slots on it. It is a fixed point, so it's got 1, 2, 3 slots on it, and you just kind of fix it to the the length that you want, that you're comfortable with. And but it is fixed in 2 points. It isn't a third point like the minors require, so it's still not eligible for those. But that is a step forward for Bauer because they make some really great visors. Obviously, after buying out Oakley. No, after buying out iTech, so it's still going to be some really good stuff. So, today we're going to be reviewing the Bauer HS23 Straight Visor. As you can tell, this visor is tinted. After my eye injury, sometimes some of the lights at certain games, at certain rinks, will actually kind of hurt my eyes. That's where the tint kind of comes in. I used to use the blue visor when originally I was healing my eyes, as a doctor told me that the blue visors are actually really good for your eyes. It really does help them heal. It helps them see everything clear. So, we ended up having to step away from that. I did use the clear visor. I loved it. Miss it. No worries there. I got this one from a friend in Winnipeg. Normally, because this is only available in Canada, it is $99 Canadian, so that is going to translate to about, if I'm correct, somewhere in the $97 or $98 range. So it's going to be $97.87 is the conversion rate. All right. So as you can see, this is put on my CCM V8 helmet. I love this helmet. It's one of my favorite helmets of all time. And here's how it looks. So because it is a fixed point visor, this isn't really going to move that well. This isn't going to move off of you. There is a little bit of wiggle room right here just to kind of wiggle it around, I guess. But other than that, it is fixed. There's no moving it back because it is on the third, 1, 2, 3 point slot right there. It's perfect. I love it. The distance between my nose and the visor is a little over 1 index finger. I have really big fingers, fat fingers as well, so it certainly does work out for me. Now, the visor comes with slots, separator slots. These things are huge, but they're cool because they really help out with the ventilation. especially up here. And you know, I thought because the visor up top was going to be so close to the helmet, I was going to have some ventilation issues. Not a single one. I've had no fogging on this visor whatsoever. Usually the first things after about 10-20 minutes of playing with any of the other visors I've mentioned that I've tried, they're already fogging. I use the same exact anti-fog spray on them. I use the Oakley anti-fog, and I think that one's probably the best. I've used the iTech one. I've used the Excel one. That one's probably the best one that I've used. It really helps out. It keeps them nice and not that foggy for longer. So I'll probably end up doing a review on that, but probably not. The visor is really clean. The one thing that really stuck out to me is the fact that it still has a little bit of the feel just like my Oakley Aviator, and it kind of has a little bit of the feel just like my Oakley Pro Straight. Not the Oakley Aviator, sorry, the Bauer Aviator. There's too many aviators out there, I guess. Over here it starts kind of small, and then it starts building up over here, and then it kind of curves up. So it kind of keeps a little bit of space right here, so your nose isn't caught there, and just, you know, your honker's just breathing straight into the visor like it does with some of my other visors that I've had, and gives me no issues whatsoever. The ventilation is obviously really good. The exhaust up here, not a single issue. And because of how wide it's spaced over here, it really opens up the ventilation to just go through and out, you know, through the sides and through the top. So it really works out. As far as the vision, the visor has a nice, you know, optical feel to it. It is nice and rounded, just like visors should be. Your eyes are round, so they're going to see everything kind of like in a bubble. So this one, honestly, to me, it's one of the more optically superior visors. There's no distortion through it. I can look at everything nice and clear over here. When I use the Hayduke visors, I can literally look at certain blind spots over here, and everything would just be distorted, kind of like looking at something without my glasses. Now, seeing as I play without my glasses, everything is already kind of blurry, so imagine getting blurrier. It actually does get a little bit worse. Like most visors, it is a high impact polycarbonate, so it is definitely going to be a pretty good feeling visor as far as taking a lot of hits, taking a lot of damage, you know, taking a skate, taking a puck. It's got an anti-scratch coating on the outside. Perfect. It really helps out. You can actually see a little bit of the film on the coating. Eventually that is going to wear off, but usually by the time those wear off, the visors are usually ready to go into the recycle bin, because you shouldn't throw those things away. It's got an anti-fog on the inside, just like every other visor. So that makes it, you know, pretty good. All you have to do is just replenish that with any type of anti-fog spray, and of course on the outside to kind of help out the anti-scratch. The really cool thing is all visors are not certified, because this is a fixed point 2-point visor. This is CSA and CE certified. It's still not going to be certified, like I said, for WHL, any of the minors, or the OHL, AHL. No, wait, I take that back. The AHL is regular visors, but you know, guys in the NHL or the AHL can use it, even though they don't have to use certified visors. They can still use it. You could literally be a junior or something like that and play just in a tournament, not for an actual league. And you know, if they try to catch you for not wearing a certified visor, hey, guess what? This is certified. Booyah! If you are like me, you can make some pretty good friends in Canada and try one out for really cheap. Or hey, if somebody already has one, you can trade something with them. As far as the vision, because there's no issues with it, everything looks perfect. I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. I mean, this thing is just rocking. It's great. As far as the fogging, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10, because eventually after, you know, a certain while in the game, it does kind of start fogging up, but that's only when I spray a lot of water on my face. It splashes onto the visor, and, you know, when that water dries up, it starts fogging up in that spot right there. That's user error. That's not, you know, Bauer's error. Let's see. The look of the visor, I love the look of the visor. It's much, much cooler than any other visor. I really love this look right here. It really offers a good transition from the visor to down onto staring at the ice, or in my case right now, at my dining room table, which is a really awesome table, by the way. The protection, it's a visor, it's going to protect your eyes. If you're wearing it right, it's going to protect your eyes. If you're not wearing it right, it's not going to protect your eyes and probably going to damage your cheeks also and your nose. Would I recommend this visor? Absolutely. If you don't want to buy one of those regular visors, which, hey, you should, that's fine. If you want to protect your eyes, do what you can. Just stay away from Hey Duke visors. Those suck. But if you want to try something different, something that's actually more of a fixed point without getting the third fixed point like most people do, I'm not a really big fan of those. Seeing those in beer league, I think those are just kind of lame. If you're in the juniors, beautiful, wear it. If you're in beer league, just wear a regular visor or a cage, alright? If you want to go a little bit different off the board like me, get this one. It's a really good visor. It's fixed. It ain't going nowhere. It's not going to do anything, and just as long as you take care of it, put it in the t-shirt, put it in the helmet bag, you're going to be alright. You're going to have a good time with it. So other than that, yes, I do recommend this visor. It is worth the money. Even if you buy a use, it's still worth the money, and it's going to last you a while. It's just going to be a good visor altogether. Does it feel pretty good with I know certain visors will actually pull the helmet apart or squeeze the helmet into your head. This one does neither because of these spacers right here. The spacers let the visor open up like it naturally should and let the helmet stay in place like it naturally should. So other than that, I give this visor a 9.5 overall. It is a really good visor. I've got nothing but positive things to say about it. I mean, obviously it is on my helmet now. It is fixed onto my helmet. The Bauer HS23 straight cut visor. This is a review for it. Enjoy. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. Let me know. Please private message me. Let me know. If you're one of the kids from the YouTube groups on Facebook or Proclaimed Hockey Gear Horse on Facebook as well, please let me know. Cheers.